Whiskey on the fast track, the temperature time warp. Hold on to your shot glasses, folks. We're about to embark on a fascinating journey through the science and art of whiskey aging. This isn't just about letting a spirit sit in a barrel for years on end. No, it's about understanding how temperature can accelerate or decelerate the aging process, creating flavors and complexities that would otherwise take decades to develop. Did you know whiskey can age 10 to 30 times faster in certain temperatures? Imagine the sweltering heat of a tropical climate where the mercury soars and the barrels sweat. This intense heat speeds up the interaction between the whiskey and the wood, infusing the spirit with rich, deep flavors in a fraction of the usual time. It's like time travel for your taste buds. Picture this, a whiskey that tastes like it's been aging for decades, but in reality it's only been a few years. The heat acts as a catalyst, pushing the aging process into overdrive and creating a symphony of flavors that dance on your palate. We're talking about turning a 5-year-old spirit into a 50-year-old masterpiece in a fraction of the time, but hold your horses. While this might sound like a dream come true, it's not always that simple. The rapid aging process can sometimes lead to over-extraction, where the whiskey takes on too much from the wood, resulting in a harsh, unbalanced flavor. Before you crank up the thermostat, remember, faster aging doesn't always mean better whiskey. It's a delicate balance. Too much heat, and you risk ruining the spirit. Too little, and the aging process slows to a crawl, leaving you with a whiskey that lacks depth and character. It's all about finding that sweet spot. Master distillers spend years honing their craft, learning how to manipulate temperature and time to create the perfect whiskey. They understand that every barrel is unique, and what works for one might not work for another. Think of it like baking a cake. You need the right temperature to ensure it rises perfectly and develops a beautiful golden crust. Too hot, and you get a burnt mess. The same goes for whiskey. Too much heat, and the spirit can become overcooked, losing its nuanced flavors and becoming overly tannic and bitter. Too cold, and it's raw in the middle. If the temperature is too low, the whiskey won't develop the complex flavors that make it so special. It will remain flat and one-dimensional, lacking the depth and richness that comes from proper aging. Whiskey aging is a delicate dance, and temperature is the lead partner. The right conditions can transform a good whiskey into a great one, but it requires careful monitoring and a deep understanding of the aging process. So let's dive into the nitty-gritty of how heat affects our favorite brown liquor. We'll explore the science behind the aging process, the role of temperature, and how distillers use this knowledge to craft exceptional whiskeys. Get ready to become a whiskey whisperer, understanding the secrets of time and temperature. By the end of this journey, you'll have a newfound appreciation for the art and science that goes into every bottle of whiskey. All right, whiskey aficionados, listen up. Today, we're diving deep into the art and science of aging whiskey. It's not just about time, it's about finding that perfect balance. When it comes to aging, temperature is key. The environment where the barrels are stored can make or break the final product. Too hot, and you get a harsh, unbalanced spirit. The heat accelerates the interaction between the whiskey and the wood, often leading to overpowering flavors that lack finesse. Too cold, and the aging process slows to a crawl. The whiskey doesn't interact with the barrel enough, resulting in a spirit that can be flat and underdeveloped. We need to find that Goldilocks zone, the perfect temperature range where magic happens. This is where the whiskey matures gracefully, developing complex flavors and a smooth finish. For most whiskeys, that sweet spot is between 50 degrees Fahrenheit and 65 degrees Fahrenheit, or 10 degrees Celsius to 18 degrees Celsius. This range allows for a balanced interaction between the spirit and the wood. Think of a cool basement or a temperature-controlled cellar. These environments provide the stability needed for the whiskey to age properly. This range allows the whiskey to interact with the barrel at just the right pace. The wood imparts its flavors slowly, ensuring a well-rounded profile. Flavors develop slowly and harmoniously, creating a smooth, well-rounded spirit. Each sip reveals layers of complexity, from vanilla and caramel to spices and oak. It's like a slow jam for your taste buds. The result is a whiskey that not only tastes great, but also tells a story of patience and precision. So next time you enjoy a glass, remember the delicate balance that went into creating that perfect sip. Now let's crank up the heat and see what happens. At temperatures above 70 degrees Fahrenheit or 21 degrees Celsius, things start to get a little wild in the barrel. Remember that time travel analogy? Well, picture a time machine stuck on fast forward. The whiskey ages rapidly, but not necessarily gracefully. The intense heat forces the whiskey to extract too much tannin from the wood, leading to a harsh, bitter flavor. It's like trying to savor a cup of oversteeped tea. The delicate balance is thrown off, leaving you with a whiskey that's all rough edges and no finesse. On the flip side, colder environments slow down the aging process dramatically. Imagine a whiskey barrel chilling in a walk-in freezer. Time seems to stand still. The interaction between the spirit and the wood is minimal, resulting in a very slow maturation. While this might sound like a bad thing, it can actually create a unique flavor profile. The whiskey develops a remarkably smooth, mellow character over decades. It's like sipping on a piece of history, each drop a testament to the patient passage of time. Section 5. Would you believe it? Barrels and temperature tango. Let's not forget the unsung hero of whiskey aging, the barrel. These wooden vessels aren't just containers, they're active participants in the flavor-making process. And guess what? Temperature affects them too. As temperatures rise, the wood expands, opening up its pores and allowing the whiskey to penetrate deeper. This leads to a richer color and more intense wood-derived flavors. Conversely, in colder temperatures, the wood contracts, slowing down the extraction process. It's a delicate dance between wood and whiskey, orchestrated by the invisible hand of temperature. Section 6. The long game, whiskey's marathon, not a sprint. Some of the most sought-after whiskeys in the world are aged for decades, sometimes even exceeding 20 years. These long-aged spirits are a testament to the power of time and patience, slowly developing layers of complexity and nuance. Regions like Scotland, with its cool, damp climate, are renowned for producing exceptional long-aged whiskeys. The slow maturation process allows the flavors to mellow and integrate, creating a remarkably smooth, well-rounded spirit. It's like listening to a master storyteller weave a tale over many evenings, each sip revealing a new layer of depth. Section 7. Science in a glass, unlocking the secrets of flavor. Behind the romance of whiskey aging lies a fascinating world of science. The interaction between the spirit, the wood, and the environment is a complex dance of chemical reactions, influenced by factors like temperature, humidity, and even air pressure. Understanding these processes helps us appreciate the artistry of whiskey making. It's like peeking behind the curtain of a magic show, gaining a deeper understanding of the elements that create the final illusion. Section 8. The perfect sip temperature matters, even now. So, you've got your hands on a bottle of perfectly aged whiskey. Congratulations! But the temperature game doesn't end there. How you serve your whiskey can make or break the tasting experience. Adding a splash of water or a few ice cubes can help unlock hidden flavors and aromas, bringing out the best in your dram. Experiment to find your sweet spot, remembering that temperature continues to play a role even after the aging process is complete. Section 9. Cheers to time and temperature. Whiskey's dynamic duo. As we raise a glass to this beloved spirit, let's toast to the dynamic duo of time and temperature. These two elements are the unsung heroes behind every bottle of whiskey, working tirelessly to create the flavors we cherish. Time, with its patient hand, allows the whiskey to mature, developing rich and complex notes. Temperature, on the other hand, influences the rate of this maturation, adding unique characteristics depending on the climate. These two factors work hand in hand, shaping the character and complexity of whiskey from the moment it enters the barrel to the final sip. The aging process is a delicate dance where the whiskey interacts with the wood, absorbing its flavors and aromas. The temperature variations cause the wood to expand and contract, allowing the spirit to breathe and evolve. Whether you prefer your whiskey young and fiery or old and mellow, remember that temperature plays a crucial role in its journey. In warmer climates, the whiskey matures faster, often resulting in bolder flavors. In cooler regions, the process is slower, leading to a more refined and subtle profile. Each bottle tells a story of its environment and the time it has spent aging. So, the next time you savor a dram, take a moment to appreciate the science and artistry behind every drop. Think about the years it has spent in the barrel, the changes in temperature it has endured, and the craftsmanship that has gone into creating it. Each sip is a testament to the dedication and passion of the distillers. Cheers to the fascinating world of whiskey. May we continue to explore and enjoy the fruits of this dynamic duo, time and temperature, for many years to come.